Hey everybody, this is Potato.
Hey everybody, Adam AGRO here.
We got a new Glitchbusters here. This is Viva Pinata Trouble in Paradise.
Trouble in Paradise.
And what you're seeing here is the message you get when Professor Pester starts coming to your garden.
Yeah, when you're first introduced to him. And this is called the Professor Pester Fence Glitch. This is a very famous glitch. I mean, I know I've seen a lot about it. You know, it wasn't like a really good guide or anything like that, but...
And this came about because I hadn't found any glitches on this game. I played it a lot, and I'd had so many problems with Professor Pester showing up in my garden, and he'd only target my most expensive pinatas. So I had to find a way to get rid of him, and of course, there is no actual way to get rid of him other than this glitch.
Absolutely. So this is a very beneficial glitch to anyone who plays this game. And if you don't really play the game, all I need to say is the professor is a fucking dick and he kills your animals. He comes in and kills your animals. What a bastard, right? So here, we put up the fence. It really doesn't need to be this long because there's only like one point of access that he comes in on, and it's right there. And in this footage, you can see he's glitched out. He's trying to think, how the fuck do I enter this garden, this beautiful garden where I can destroy and ruin pinatas and lives?
How did I get around this fence?
So he obviously went to school in Florida because he doesn't know how to walk around a fucking fence. Some professor, right? Seriously.
Yeah.
So he just stands there and ponders and ponders and ponders for hours.
I like to call this the hobo glitch because he just stands there and he like talks to himself and acts all crazy. He's like a homeless guy that just stands outside like some apartment in New York just going, "Oh, I like to kill her."
Yeah, you can see he's even here later that night. He is stuck. He is glitched. And this is before we have the full-size garden. So...
this glitch is different than when you have the full-size garden.
yes. This is way different. And right here I'm showing you what day we're on and what level I'm at, just so you guys know that I'm being as legit as possible. So, if you're really familiar with the game, you know that I, at this point, do not have the full garden. So, there you go.
Yeah, this glitch was so necessary because the first time I really became annoyed with him, I had just gotten a Horsashio in my garden. And if you know anything about the game, that's when it starts getting difficult to get pinatas in your garden, is the Horsashio. And then you need the Horsashio to get a Tiggermisu. And then beyond that, it gets even harder. So, like, he killed my Horsashio just after I got it as a member of my garden, just after I got him his romance, all his romance things. But I hadn't romanced him yet, so I couldn't use the romance candy to, so it's so annoying. So it was great to find this glitch.
Absolutely. And here you can see that I opened the side of my fence to let my weedling in. And you can see this dumb little bitch does nothing. She just walks by the weeds and, what the fuck am I paying you 400 chocolate gold for or whatever, you fucking bitch. But you can remove the whole fence and the professor will still stay there. What you're seeing right now are the cutscenes and messages you get when you finally level up, get the new title update, and actually get your full garden. So, I was thinking that maybe we can just kind of fence the professor in, like square him in and have him stuck as like a nice little display of our garden. Like, world's biggest dick right here, put a little sign out front, you know? But we finally got the upgrade, which you can see there is final message for the upgrade. He starts walking, and I think he's leaving. So I'm like, yeah, fucker's gonna leave. He's been hanging out for like 30 fucking days and, 29 nights, whatever. He's gonna leave. So I'm gonna sell my fence, put up a new fence to block him out, and I think, oh fuck, what if he's gonna come in? So I buy him off. Since he's a hobo, I only have to give him 500. Normally I have to give him a couple thousand. But he's tired and bored and thirsty and hungry from standing out there just looking at my pinatas all day. So
there's a hidden message in there somewhere. That hobo's been outside staring at my pinatas all day.
So here we go back in and buy a new fence. I decided to buy a different fence this time, so you guys know that doesn't matter what fucking fence it is. You just do it. You just basically want to put it on the middle part of that trail coming down, and on
you
the
can
outside
put
of
it
the Sour
on
Tower.
either the left or right side of the tower. What matters is making sure that the fence is long enough to reach the other side of that path, so that it actually covers the point where he walks in.
Yeah. So that's pretty much how you do it. It's pretty easy to recreate. It's pretty cheap to get the fencing. And the first time we used the cheapest fencing that we had, just that shitty chain link fence, which we're selling here, and you can see how cheap and shitty it is if you're paying attention to the price right there.
And it's totally worth doing, because he won't come and kill your pinatas.
Yeah, and Lifos and Cetos and everyone else can get around that fucking fence. So you don't have to worry about that at all. So you can still get all your new seeds and all that shit that you need. Yet again, for credibility, I'm going to show you the day and my level, so you guys know what's going on. Fucking professor.
It actually, I do want to mention that in the previous game, you could get rid of all of the ruffians by getting the cutlass. All you had to do was go to the shop from, what's her name?
I don't remember her name. Costalot?
Costalot. You have to go to Costalot's store, and you buy the cutlass. It's expensive. It's very expensive.
Yeah.
And it will get rid of all the ruffians. In this game, however, it only gets rid of the ruffians that break your stuff. It does not get rid of Professor Pester. Lots of people claim it does. It does not. I repeat, does not get rid of Professor Pester. There's no way to stop Professor Pester from coming in your garden other than paying him or using this glitch.
Listen to this man. He's speaking out of frustration and angst. Well, you can see here that Professor Hobo comes back and visits, and this time he doesn't glitch out. He's actually doing his normal motions if he thinks he's in my garden, actually angering and upsetting my pinata.
I'm a senator, Valerie. I've got a can in my bag.
What'd you say? We can stack shapes like friends or something? That was a good one. If you people know what I'm talking about, thumbs up to you. So I offer him some water because I'm thinking, man, this guy's expelling a lot of energy. Just standing behind this fence and yelling. But I basically kept all this in so you guys know that he's not glitching out. And then he leaves. He's like, oh, fuck it, I'm done. I had fun. Bye. So we don't have to give him money. He's not stuck there. So it's different from when you don't have the full upgraded garden.
I have to go to my workout manufacturer.
So here he is. He's coming back again, and hopefully you can tell by the sour smell bud that this is actually different footage. And I'm doing my best to mark the exact point that he comes in, because this is the exact point that he comes in every fucking time. And this is a make or break point here, right there. And you saw Cetos and Lifos walking around the fence like, we're not retarded. We know what to do. And he's like, there's this fence here. How do I get by it? And, I mean, he's a pretty tall dude. He could probably just walk over it. Or, jump off a pinata and dive over it. Or maybe get some of his ruffian buddies to help him out. But he stays a pretty long time. Like, I don't know if you're not paying attention, because you get no warning when he shows up. He just shows up, and then all of a sudden you hear your pinata dying. And then he leaves.
Yeah.
So I don't know if he stays this long, if he actually is in the garden. I'm not sure. And I wanted to mention that we got a patch the day we shot all of this. So we had the latest patch, and if anything changes, we will put a nice annotation up that says, no longer works, or there was a patch, whatever.
And God, I hope they don't patch this, because if they do, I will not play this game anymore. I hate that guy.
Alright, now for the bad news. You guys see that ruffian? He's kind of glitched out in the exact spot that Professor Pester enters. So what is he going to do? He's actually going to walk around the entire garden. This is the only time this has ever happened. Out of 5 gardens, this is the one time. So it's a 1 in 5 chance that this will happen. And eventually, Professor Hobo will find a way around the fence and in. No matter how big you make it. I mean, unless you fence in your whole fucking garden, but then no one's going to get in. You're not going to get any more pinatas. And let's face it, unless you're just going to buy pinatas from the bounty hunter, you ain't going to get shit.
Yeah, and the best option is really to just play the game until you get the cutlass unlocked, and then put that in your garden. And then, since they won't show up anymore, the Professor Pester glitch will always work. But if they happen to show up,
Ruffians
then
chop
Pester's
the
going to
points
get in your
and
garden
convince
because
them to
somebody's
leave.
already glitched
Be
in that
careful.
spot.
Yeah, and, you know, like I said, that ruffian is there. He's there to stay. I had no way to get rid of him. I can't reach him. My pinatas can't reach him. So unfortunately, we can't call us confirmed. We have to call us plausible because there is a slight chance that that ruffian will fuck up your whole game. And since you can't undo it, you're stuck. But you can get the rhinoceros because the rhinoceros will just, like, horn Professor right the fuck out of your garden.
Yeah, but he can trample other pinatas too.
I don't care. He's awesome. All right, well, that was it. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you next time.